Good morning. This is Steven, Master Trainer. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something that is absolutely essential for amazing health. This is what it is. Food is medicine, and it can change your life. Not only change your life, it can reverse your chronic diseases. It can prevent your chronic diseases. Chronic diseases like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, stroke, just to name a few. And many other ones like gout, MS, many autoimmune diseases. If you change your food, you will change your life. What does that mean? Changing your food. Eating real whole foods. That's what you gotta do. These are the foods that absolutely medicine to your body. Many plant foods like broccoli, like asparagus, like Brussels sprouts, like green leafy vegetables, like Swiss chard, kale, those type of things. You eat those things on a regular basis, you can heal your body. One of the biggest things that's plaguing America and the world today is insulin resistance. This is what insulin resistance is. It's when we have spikes of blood sugar going up the roof, causing our insulin levels to go up to the roof as well. Over time, and having consistent insulin spikes over time will create this insulin resistance. So when you have insulin resistance, you have your cells have this lock and key mechanism that allows your pancreas to make this insulin when you actually eat a meal. If it's a very high carbohydrate meal, for example, sugar, for instance. Say I drink Coca-Cola, my insulin levels will rise really high, really fast, and then they'll drop. And sometimes they won't drop very quickly. And then you're going to feel like you're hungry again. And then you're going to want to go grab something else, some other food. Usually it's something like another carbohydrate meal. And then you do the same thing again. Your insulin spikes again, and then it goes down slowly again. Then you run out of energy. It's very energy zapping. So that's why sometimes you feel like you have to eat a snack every couple hours, or you got to eat a meal every few hours, because your insulin levels are constantly going up and down. There's no constant energy that you have. But if you change your diet, you give up the sugars, you give up the simple sugars, like you give up the grains, you give up any carbohydrates that are causing you problems, you can get your insulin back to normal. So this is what happens in your cell. My pancreas works normally. It's going to produce insulin when I intake food. And then the insulin is going to allow sugar that I ate through my diet to go into my cells. So what happens is when I have insulin resistance, that lock and key mechanism doesn't work. My cell doesn't allow the insulin to uptake sugar into the cell for energy. So what happens is in my bloodstream, then I have all this glucose, all this sugar, blood sugar that's just roaming around free, that can cause havoc, that can cause chronic inflammation. That chronic inflammation can lead into all sorts of diseases, such as heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, cancer, all these different elements that are just plaguing us tremendously now in this particular day and age. A couple hundred years ago, we had hardly any cases of heart disease. We had hardly any cases of type 2 diabetes. In fact, most of our major hospitals at the time, 200 years ago, had 0 cases of type 2 diabetes. However, now we have 75% of adults over 45 that have some type of insulin resistance. That is absolutely insane. And those numbers come directly at what you put in your mouth. If you put something really healthy in your mouth, you can mitigate that. So what I propose is you going on a low carbohydrate diet with lots and lots of plants. So green leafy vegetables, like I was mentioning earlier, like Swiss chard, like collard greens, like kale, like romaine lettuce, all these different things. And then throwing in all kinds of great vegetables like cauliflower, like broccoli, like Brussels sprouts, like asparagus. And then you want to have animal protein as well in moderation, but you want it to come from healthy animals. So you want those animals to be grass-fed. You want the fish that you eat to be clean of mercury. So have more wild-caught fish, small fish that don't have as many contaminants in them, such as like sardines, such as anchovies, such as salmon. So these things you want to eat on a regular basis. And you want to have super healthy fats like coconut oil, like butter, like organic grass-fed butter or organic grass-fed ghee, those type of things. And you want to have olive oil and all these things. You eat these things on a regular basis, your body eventually will get fat adapted and your body will start burning fat instead of carbohydrates, and you're going to get rid of this brain fog that you may have had before by eating a high sugar diet or a high carbohydrate diet. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to hear more things about how you can really enhance your health and take your health back, please subscribe to this channel. Anyways, you have a great night, and remember, food can change your life.